Hmm.
I'm muted. Good morning. Good morning. It keeps muting me. Hello, can you hear me?
I can. It seems like we have kind of a bad connection because you look like a start-stop animation kind of thing.
That was what the look I was going for today.
Okay, it works for you.
Yeah, it works right now. Zoom has been a little crazy lately. But good morning. I am your coach, Felicia Saraceno. We have so much to talk about today, and I'm going to share my screen. Normally, we start out with wins, but we did that a little bit. We talked about our business a little bit before, if you got on before 10. So, what I want to talk about today, the first thing I want to talk about today is really important. The second week of September, write this down, get your pens and papers out. This is really, really important, is National Assisted Living Week. There's an opportunity, and I'm going to share 6 ways for you to leverage National Assisted Living Week to build relationships and community impact. I used to do this every single year, and the company that I worked for had a huge contest, and we had to do 2 events each day. One event was focused around residents only. The second event could be residents and families, residents and staff, or residents and community. And we had judges that came out to judge everything. And then there were all these crazy prizes, right? And it was a company-wide initiative. So it was really, really intense. But there may still be a way for you to participate. So we're going to go through a couple of 6 ways that you could leverage this right now and reach out to assisted livings so that you could begin to partner with them. Now, if you are a member, I have scripts for you. I have a template for you for a flyer that you can update on your own. If you're not a member, just take a lot of notes right now. So it's just we're going to be sharing those templates on for our members within the platform. So there's always time that you could sign up for a member. So first is the first event that you can do. The first idea is co-host a celebration event. You could partner with an assisted living community to sponsor an ice cream social, a coffee cart, a dessert bar for residents and staff. Go one step further, and if you are budget conscious or don't have a very large budget, I always say partner with one of your BOD members, your board of director members, your reciprocal partners. It could be your title company, it could be a home care, home health, any provider that comes into senior livings, your elder law attorney, your financial advisor, your senior move manager. And you could partner with them to split the cost. And you can have some branded content to give out. You could provide treats, raffle items, or small giveaways. Very inexpensive. Small giveaways can be, some assisted livings do have stores inside of them, like sundry stores. So you could get a gift certificate for there. It could be to a store that you know by talking to the activities director that they go out to on a weekly or a monthly outing. Maybe it's a Marshall's, maybe it's a grocery store, something that's going to be useful for them, right? Perhaps not a restaurant because they may not be going to a restaurant, but just think about things that they're doing and you can cheat sheet to write down. Just grab their monthly calendar. A lot of them post them online, or when you come in, they're sitting at the concierge desk and just check to see what's going on in there. So it's a great opportunity for you to highlight, take a lot of photos, what's going on at assisted living, and your team involvement with the community. Biggest piece for this is if you are taking photos of residents that you have consent to put that on social media, you might have to take them from behind and not get their faces. So you just, every community is just a little different. Okay. So that's the first. The second thing is staff appreciation collaboration. So it's just a little bit reverse from what we're talking about. I'm a huge component of bringing pizza in for lunch and getting enough pizza for the entire staff. Once again, partnering with one of your bod members in doing that, making sure when you do drop it off that you're bringing in any brochures that you may have, any collateral that you have. Because guess what? Staff need homes too. So it's kind of a twofold. You could do coffee and muffins, like a Dunkin' Donuts box of Joe, bagels. You could even go as far as calling some of the local bagel stores. Like, I don't know if you guys have an Einstein Bagels, but they will give a donation of dozens of donuts away. I mean, dozens of bagels away for free. If you approach them to say it is for a staff appreciation, you just have to ask. Same thing with a local donut shop. I don't know if Dunkin' does that, but I know our local donut shops, like we have Peace, Love, and Donuts here, and they will do some things for that. And you can hand deliver notes of appreciation to the management staff. One of my favorite things to do at Thanksgiving is I had every single one of my direct reports. So if it was director of nursing, director of maintenance, which the food and beverage, they had to write a handwritten letter to each of their employees telling them what they are thankful for them. I'm a big proponent of thank you notes. My numbers came off wrong. Number 3, not number 1, resident activity sponsorship. Maybe it's bingo, art workshop, music lesson. You can partner with a music therapy company that does, or art therapy. Bring in small prizes for that. Bingo, like candy, is awesome. You can go on Amazon. The old nostalgia candy is what they love to win. I was recently at one of my residences' rooms in assisted living because we have a house for sale, and we were chatting, was visiting her, and she had those old, remember those old cigarette candies? And it was so funny because I looked at it and I said, "Who's smoking in here?" And she goes, "Those are candy in it," because I had to do a double take. It looked so real, the box. It was funny. But this creates a natural touch points for residents and families, which is really nice point for you. Of course, another big one that I love doing is an educational tie-in. Y'all know I love educational events. I did 30 of them this past year. On average, I do between 20 to 30. You can do something like a downsizing event that you have, tips for selling your home while transitioning to assisted living, positioning agents as experts while ALF provides credibility and audience. So that's another one that you can do. Moving on to number
5.
I have number 5 on my phone. It didn't transpose over to here. So give me 1 second. I'll pull that right up. Gotta love technology today. It didn't transfer over. And we pivot, just like in real estate. Oh, this is number 5. Sorry, social media spotlights. I'm a huge social media person. I've been doing a lot of amazing things on my social media that's a little bit different than the normal, but just quick highlights of what's going on. Take pictures of their food, highlight their food, highlight who their chef is, take pictures of it, put it up in a reel or just a photo slide, like a carousel. And you could also do stories of caregivers. Residents, you got to ask permission. So you just have to see, sometimes a resident ambassador will do that. And then let them know how you partner and support seniors during their transition. That's really important. And then, of course, ask them what their community hashtags are and National Assisted Living Week. And number 6, family connection support. Doing some sort of a family day, family photos. I've had photographers come in to do portraits of families. That's
Love
another
that.
one, just to partner with them, see what if they will donate some of their time to do that.
Mm.
And then if the family wants more than a digital download for it, they would pay the photographer for that print to get printed, like that image to get printed, which I think is amazing. And it's a great way for you to step it up and go above and beyond. That's what we want to do. So I'm sorry, my pup is barking at the UPS man. They just have a love-hate relationship. All right, so call and email scripts for agents. This is very simple. You would start out with an email. Start out with a subject line similar to partnering to celebrate National Assisted Living Week. Quick introduction. Hi, Executive Director. My name is Felicia. I am with Everyday Home Team. I work closely with seniors and families here in Naples. I'm helping them while they transition from their homes into assisted living or senior living communities. Tailor that to the community that you're in. If it's memory care, tailor that. If it's independent living, tailor it, okay? Do the tie-in for National Assisted Living Week. I know a National Assisted Week is coming up. I'd love to partner with your community and celebrate your residents and staff. It's such a meaningful week. I'd be honored to contribute in a way that makes it special. Reassure them that there is no cost to you to take care of this and all the details. I just want to support your community and show our appreciation in the important work you do. Then a quick close. Would you have 15 minutes this week to talk through what would be most helpful for your residents and staff? I would love to hear what would make this week extra special for your community. And then pick 1 or 2 of these. We could sponsor a small resident activity like bingo or ice cream social. We'd love to bring staff in lunch, breakfast, whatever it is. We could collaborate on a short workshop for families about downsizing or transitioning into senior living. You have to tailor it so that this is an outline for you. So I hope y'all got your pens and papers out, because this is a great tip. So the first thing that's really important is always lead with gratitude and service, not marketing. This isn't about marketing. This is about give back. This is like the holiday for them. This is a very important week in assisted living. Have a couple of ideas in your head which you would like to do, that you feel is attainable to do. And before you contact assisted living communities or senior living communities, make sure you have a partner, a reciprocal partner who is on board with assisting you with any financial assistance if needed. Don't do it backwards. Do the homework first. Make sure you end with clear next steps and what is needed to get an approval from them. Is it reaching out to their corporate office? Who does the marketing piece for that? Does our corporate office have to, or can you? And always follow up with a thank you email, reaffirming all of the details. So this is just really important for you all to make sure that you are leading with gratitude. Get into action. This is your opportunity. They all need stuff to do during assisted living week. I've never met an assisted living that didn't do something that week. This is the opportunity, if you are building that relationship, if you're strengthening that relationship, to show up and be the partner that they're looking for. Don't lose the opportunity to do this. So questions before we go any further? I'm gonna stop my screen share.
So I'm thinking of the timing of this because I have been reaching out to assisted livings to do different events and stuff. For example, I do rock painting events, and typically they want to get that on the calendar 4 to 6 weeks in advance. I'm just wondering how they're going to react if I reach out, this week and then September. I mean, that's just 2 weeks away.
It doesn't matter. See
Okay.
what they need, see what
Okay.
support they need. And it may not be an actual event for the residents on their calendar. It might be a staff appreciation.
Okay.
That doesn't need to get on a calendar. Don't be
Right.
intimidated and don't set those walls up around you.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. Yep.
Don't do it because you will just box yourself into a corner and you'll do nothing.
Hmm.
There is always opportunity. Or they could say, I do have an ice cream social coming up. Would you like to participate in it?
Yeah.
I do have a coffee event coming up. How would you like to partner? Could already be on their calendar.
Okay.
You're just leveling up that idea that's already on there. You're levering up that activity. You're doing some staff appreciation, which, trust me, they all need it.
Hmm.
The staff gets tired. It's
Hmm.
hard doing that. It's working in assisted living and memory care. Skilled nursing is very, 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 very tiring.
Hmm.
These are 6 easy ways of how you can partner with an assisted living coming up in the next couple of weeks for their National Assisted Living Week, where you can come in and really, really focus on how you can support their staff, their families, and the residents. So I know a couple of you, Margie, you just joined. We just went through and you watched the recording, 6 easy ways to leverage a National Assisted Living Week, which is coming up in September. And I gave 6 steps away for you and ways that you can mend and build that collaboration and bond with assisted living. So does anyone have any more questions? Because I had 2 important things to talk about today.
This is awesome. Thanks.
Of course, I love that. You love it. Okay. Secondly, how many of you have Googled yourself? How many of you have? Have you
Okay.
ever?
Mhm.
Are you afraid? It's scary. It is very scary to do that. How many of you have gone to whatever ChatGPT AI that you use and put in who is the best senior real estate expert in my town?
No.
Okay, this is your next challenge. This is what consumers are doing. This is very important. They're going, hey, Gronk, hey, ChatGPT, tell me who the top 3
Mm.
senior real estate focused agents are in my market.
Interesting. I just
ChatGPT
did
is
it.
doing
It's
that.
not me.
Okay, ChatGPT is doing that. Okay. Now they go, out of those 3, who should I use? Because you want to know what? Our society right now is starting to become very dependent on AI. And if you don't think they are, and if you don't like change, you're going to be extinct. This is extremely important. I just recently went to a top producers event, and this is what was talked about, and I was blown away. So when you go into ChatGPT, this is your prompt for you to do. Who is the top agent for senior real estate in blank city or blank market? If your name is not there, you're going to then ask, why is your name not there? It's going to spit out a response. Then you're going to ask, Can you draft a search optimized profile or bio that highlights me as a real estate expert in blank city so that I start showing up when people Google exactly what I searched? It's going to give it to you. Now you're going to want it to format an about me section in your website, comma, your Google profile, so that we could start boosting visibility right away when people are searching. Then you're going to ask it, this gets really interesting, to also draft a short profile for Zillow, Realtor.com, and Homes.com because they have strict character limits. Then you're going to ask it to do all of your social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and it's going to create the exact character line that you need. All done for you. And the final thing you'll ask is, can they create a 1 to 2 sentence short tagline for your email signature? Now, I was at the top producer event and they brought this up and I just stopped doing everything. And I was like, because that was amazing. And I was amazed at how it described me. So I would love for you to all do this, because if we don't get on board with this AI stuff, we will become extinct. If you don't think other agents are doing this, they are. This was at my top producer event. There were 60 of us in the room, and they're doing this in every market across the nation right now. And so we all were doing it the other day. And it doesn't mean that you are not the best at what you do. It means that you don't have the best SEO capabilities to highlight what you do. And it doesn't mean that somebody is better at doing stuff. They're just better at the marketing piece. So this helps to give you a leg up. Yes, Cindy.
So I've been doing this while you're talking, and it was interesting. It gave me 5 names, and then it had the source. 4 out of 5 was minnesotaseniors.com, which I'm not a part of. And then I asked, why am I not one of those? And it's funny because ChatGPT said, that's exactly the thing that struck me. And it said that search results skew toward paid directories.
They do.
So,
However,
yeah.
paid or unpaid, the more that you fix your SEO for this, the better it is.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't have clear, concise messaging across all of the platforms that you use, from your email to your website, to LinkedIn, to Instagram, to Facebook, and it's disjointed down to your cover image for all of those is different, it's disjointed. So you want to be able to start showing up. Now, some of us can afford to go and get paid ads for that. Some of us just aren't in a position to do that, but you got to start somewhere. And cleaning it up is the biggest piece right now. So don't put that obstacle in front of you, Cindy. Don't let that barrier hit you. Go above and beyond that barrier and break it.
It even suggests photos to upload and then photos to upload on a weekly basis to keep it fresh.
Correct. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, amazing.
So if we don't adapt to the change that is here, we will become extinct. Clients are doing this. They're asking ChatGPT who to use. They're checking online for everything. I went to 2 listing appointments this week, oddly enough, from the same referral source. And the second one I went to, Said, I'm so glad to meet you in person. And the first thing he said to me was, I'm so glad that your photo actually showcases who you are. There are so many agents that have a photo that are 5 to 10 years younger than they actually are. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks. He said, I consistently see that you sell multiple homes a month and you carry lots of listings. I like that. And I'd like to see, I want an agent that is busy. I said, oh, you looked me up? He said, of course I did. He says, I love what you're doing. I love how you're helping seniors in our market. I love the events that you do. He knew everything. He probably just ChatGPT'd me, okay? And summarized and used that summary. But needless to say, of course I got the listing, got both listings this week. But what's really important is this is the adult child who's helping their stepmom. He is probably about 10 years older than me. And he actually lived in an area very close to where we used to live up in Connecticut and New York. So we had a lot of similarities. And you want to make sure that when you're meeting with people, you're asking them questions so that you could bridge that gap and get that commonality down, which is really important. You want to have that tie. So does anyone have questions on the ChatGPT prompts?
Is there a way that, thank you for that prompt. That was fabulous. Is there a way that we can get that prompt in the chat?
I am going to do one better. I'm going to post it. I'm going to post it on our Facebook page.
Great.
So this is a freebie I'm going to give away because it is multiple prompts. And I sent it to my agents that work for me. So I will copy and paste the 8 texts that I sent to them. Because as I was doing it at my meeting the other day, I'm texting it to them and do this and do this and do this. And so I will put that on there in like one big ChatGPT prompt when that's really important. But absolutely. Now on the 6 ways to leverage Assisted Living Week, if you're a paid member, I have a template for you that you can use for the script and for scripts, for email scripts and phone scripts. And then I also have a flyer that you can also bring around with you if you'd like to bring a flyer around with you. And that template will be in Canva, and you just update the agent information. And of course, you're going to want to put your own logo, not the PAC logo. That's important. Any last thoughts?
I do have a question for you. When I talk to different people about SEO optimization, which this is a super great start, but I hear consistently that I should have my own website.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked you up and I see you have your own website. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm a huge proponent of your own website. IDX is separate. I do not use my broker's website for anything except IDX.
Okay.
And so I want to own my content. I want to own my blogs. I want to own my contact me thing. I do have someone that is working with PAC right now to help agents create a very affordable way to create your own content that you own the website. So if you do, like I use a Wix platform, which I am transitioning off of Wix because Wix has doubled their pricing this year and they're going up again next year. And so I do not feel that paying close to $1,000 a year for a Wix website is worth it. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have someone customize something from a template and have a little bit more control over that. But when you're working with, and this is a big company that we are exploring for everyone for options, when you're working with someone like this, you own your content. And I need to have it on WordPress so that I can boost my blogs because I write a lot of blogs. And I think that's really important. A lot of a lot of agencies and brokerages have websites that you can build landing pages on. And so what I use those landing pages for is more for my listings, right? So my listing has its own website. Or maybe I'm doing like a lead capture form from an ad boost on social media from my IDX type of a thing, so that I can feed them into a search type of a program. SEO is a tricky thing because everybody has their own opinion on it. I am not an SEO expert, but I will tell you what does help your SEO, and the cheapest way to do that is Google reviews. I've told you all before, every day you should be writing a Google review for one of your partners, past clients. And the best, easiest way to do this is when you have a closing, you got title, possibly a lender, an attorney, the client, maybe a handyman. There's typically between 4 to 6 people who you could write a review for. You write a review on Google for them. You screenshot that, put it in an email, ask them to write a Google review for you. You were so just gush about them. I'm so happy you guys went above and beyond everything that you did, and you helped my client so much. Would you please return the favor? Here's a screenshot of what I sent you. And then what I typically do is say Google review here, and I hyperlink it over because it goes so long. You don't want to have that long website there. And that is one of the fastest ways to boost yourself in a Google search. Now, you could do paid as well, but you would have to talk to an expert in your local market, how that all works. It can be anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a month. And I don't know about you all, but I don't know. That may not be in my budget right now. It may not be in your budget right now. So I always look to do things organically. Another organic way to boost your SEO on Google is the biggest area that we all forget about. That we all forget about is you have your Google business profile. Post your Post your events there. Post your blogs there. Post some of your your just listed or featured listings on there. The more active you are on that, the more SEO comes up for you. This is organically for you, and it doesn't cost you anything to do it. I just don't know if you can schedule that.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. So you have to do it in real time, and sometimes I'll do like 3 a day because I just have time for it and I just do it. So I'm a huge, I know we went a few minutes over. I'm a big proponent of time blocking. Every week you should be posting at least once a week on that Google business profile. And when it asks you to update your hours for Labor Day, that's a great reminder to go in and do that. Are you working on Labor Day or not? That's important for you to do for the holidays because I just got that reminder. All right, my friends. So did you find this helpful?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So remember, if you don't like change, you're going to hate extinction. We don't want to be extinct. We want to be relevant. And these are 2 different ways that you could be relevant right now, and it helps you with getting more business. So if you found this helpful, write in the Facebook group today for those who missed it to watch the replay, because I think this is a on-fire event that I am going to be sharing with the rest of my team. So have a great day, everybody.
Awesome.
Thanks.